Welcome back to the Substitutes. Today I want to talk about a bit of transfer news. Man United are in for Wout Weghorst. And you might be saying, who? Well, he's that guy who scored 2 goals against Argentina in the World Cup last month. Now, on the face of it, I don't know if this is a good deal. I didn't really know much about him other than seeing him at the World Cup. He's currently on loan from Burnley at Besiktas in Turkey. Now, he is doing quite well for them, but he didn't make it in the Premier League when he played last season at Burnley. He had 20 appearances, scored only 2 goals, and made three assists. Not the best return, to be honest. This deal kind of stinks of Ighalo. Do you remember him? The guy did play in the Premier League, but then he went to China. And Man United were suffering from a striker crisis when Rashford injured his back. We needed a backup for Anthony Martial, who was quite inconsistent, and we needed to break into the top four. So we went after a guy who made 11 Premier League appearances and had 0 goals. But context matters in this case. We did need a backup for Rashford, and Ighalo did play in cup competitions. And in the Europa League, he had 2 goals and 1 assist. In the FA Cup, he had 2 goals. He did quite well up until the break because of COVID. When football restarted, Man United had a full-strength squad, and we didn't need him anymore. Now, you can talk about how bad our bit of transfer business was to extend his contract. I think it was a bit of bad business, but he served a purpose. Now, does Weghorst serve a purpose? Is he good enough to play in the Premier League for Man United, who need that top 4 spot? Well, if you actually look back at his record at the Bundesliga, he was very well respected, regarded as one of their most prolific strikers. Now, look at the stats that appear on the screen right now. And you look at it from 2018, 2019, all the way to the 2021, 2022 season. We're looking at it just for the Bundesliga there. All right. Now, in 2018, 2019, he had 34 appearances in the Bundesliga, scored 17 goals, had 7 assists. In their Pokal, he had 2 appearances and 1 goal. Now, all in all, that's a really good return, actually. 36 appearances in total and 25 goals and assists. Solid. He had the same amount the next year. He had more games, so slightly less in terms of his games, goals and assists per games ratio, but still quite consistent. It was the following season where it was a much improved performance. He had 40 appearances and 34 goals and assists. Now, the following year, it was a bit of a switch because he joined Burnley halfway through, and he didn't have the most prolific of seasons. In fact, 44 appearances, only 13 goals and assists. So when he made the move to Turkey, you would think that, by the way, this is not the best end to his career. Not a great league. Look, I know, with all due respect, right? Like, it's not Premier League level. It's still a fantastic, fantastic league, but it's not Premier League level, right? His goals and assists are pretty good. Appearances 16, 8 goals, 4 assists. Right? In their capacity, which is their equivalent of the FA Cup, they made 2 appearances, got 1 goal. So a very decent return indeed after only 18 appearances. So it may be a bit of good business for Man United, but it does stink of Ighalo. Let's see what Erik ten Hag does. He's a tall player. He has great control. And one of the reasons why he was so prolific is, like I said, he had great control, but his movement is actually fantastic. He stays on the far side of the defenders, usually on their blind side. He's the first line of defense, so he's always pressing from the front, trying to win it back, and he's a fox in the box. That's why he's quite prolific. He was very, very well respected in the Bundesliga, and he may be the backup that we need, offer something different. I hope it works out. I am a United fan. I'd love to actually get into that top 4 and cement it and solidify that, because I'm tired of playing in the Europa League. I'm tired of the bad decisions that we've made in the transfer market. And I just want to see the Glazers gone, and I just want to see my club go on the rise. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like the video if you did actually like it. It helps a long way. Do comment on what you think. If you're a rival fan and you disagree with me, get in the comments below. Make fun of Man United. That is your right. I'm Omar. I'm from the Substitutes, and I'll see you guys next time.